What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Nate, and I'm back at it again with another video. As you see by the title and the thumbnail, you already know what I'm doing today. I'm doing a story time. And before y'all get on me, yes, this is the same shirt I had on in the last video. I literally just finished filming the last video. Like, it's literally uploading right now. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's uploading right now. Oh, focus. Okay, yeah. She at the top. It's uploading right now. So yes, this is the same shirt I had on the last video. I just want to clarify that before I continue. But yeah, before we get started with this story time, I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe. And okay, let's get into it. So as y'all may or may not know, last year for my birthday, I got a car. Now the car I got, it used to be my mom's old car. She don't get a new one, and she gave me her own one. Now the car that she gave me, it is like 12 years old now, and it has a lot of miles because my mom be up and down the road for real. So it got a bunch of miles on it, and it's not really giving me too many problems before. It's like it's a reliable car. Like, it's a Toyota Camry. Toyota Camrys are pretty reliable. I mean, I feel like Hondas are like the number one. Well, I don't know too much about cars, but I feel like Hondas maybe up there more than a Camry. But like, anyway, that's not the point. So for the past year that I had it, it's not really giving me too many problems. You feel me? I just give me an oil change, give me some gas, like I'll be good. And plus, I don't really drive like that. Like, it does take me like almost 4 hours to get to school, but I don't be going home now. It's just like once I'm at school, I'm really at school until like a break, till like Thanksgiving and Christmas break and summer break. So I don't really be like driving too much, even though the car, the car already got so many miles on it. But like, I don't really be driving nowhere like that. It's like once I'm at school, the only thing I really gotta do is get some groceries because I have an on-campus job, so like, I don't really have to go to too many places. But anyway, this story that I'm about to tell you is not to steer anybody away from getting a car. Like, just make sure you keep up with regular maintenance of your car, and like, if you can get you a newer car, get you a newer car. You feel me? Steer away from the ones that's too old. That's real old. I mean, 12 years ain't really that bad, but like, it's got a lot of miles, and them cars with a lot of miles, they need even more maintenance for real. So I had an oil leak, and like when I got the car had an oil leak, and it had a coolant leak. Like, coolant or antifreeze, whatever you want to call it, it's pretty much the same thing. It would leak, so like, I would have to constantly put oil and antifreeze in the car. So when I went home for the summer, this past summer, I told my mom, like, I'm trying to get my car fixed, like, so when I take it next year, like, I won't have no problems. Like, I'm just tired of keep putting oil and antifreeze in the car. Like, I need to get this fixed. You feel me? So we ended up finding this man to get the car fixed. Like I said, like in one of my other videos, I said like I really didn't have my car as much this summer because like in the beginning of the summer, my brother crashed his car and he needed to get to and from work, and so I let him borrow my car for a couple weeks, which I really need. Like, once I'm at home, I really don't have to go to work, and if I do, like, I could always tell my mom car, like, she let me take her car, or she either take me, or if she don't feel like taking me, she just give me the keys. So, which most of the time she just give me the keys and I just go. So I ended up giving my brother the car, and then once I got the car back, I was trying to find somebody to fix what I needed to be fixed, because it seemed like it was getting worse or whatever. So I ended up finding, well, my grandpa ended up finding me this man, and I took my car to him. Had it for a couple days. He told me he was gonna call me and figure out what's wrong. He called me and told me I needed a new radiator, which is crazy because, like, well, it's not really crazy, but like, my dad figured that that's what I needed. I needed a radiator. He told me there was a hole in the radiator. He ended up giving me, this was like towards the end of the summer, he got me a new radiator, and then he gave me the car back. But he told me the only thing he found wrong with the car was the radiator had a hole in it. So he got me a new one, put it in, got the car back, everything was smooth. So literally later that week, after I got the car back, like, I feel like I got a car back on like a Wednesday, and then that's a lie. I got a car back on like a Monday, and then that Wednesday, I ended up going to Raleigh because, as y'all know, I moved on campus early. I ended up moving in on August 1st. I took my girlfriend to a Kehlani concert as like a pre-birthday thing. Like her birthday passed last week, but like it was August 3rd. But since we're gonna be on campus doing the training, like we really wasn't gonna be able to do too much. So I took the Kehlani concert in Raleigh. We spent the weekend in Raleigh. The car was fine. Like, I'm telling you, I got the car back, new radiator, everything was cool. Everything was fine. The man literally told me like the oil leak was coming from something being overfilled. I can't remember what he said. Something was overfilled. That's why it was an oil leak. So it was fine. Like the oil leak was fine. I didn't have to keep putting oil in it. Didn't have to keep putting coolant and antifreeze in it. Like everything was cool. So I'm right. Like it took me about 3 hours, like less than 3.5 hours to get to Raleigh from my grandma's house in South Carolina. The ride was smooth. Everything was good. Like literally after I got the car back, everything was fine. Like it was riding smooth. Like I felt good. And for me, I love driving my car because it's like being in my car. This is my happy place. Like being by myself, blasting music. It's my happy place. So anyway, we in Raleigh. I didn't really drive too much. It was more than just the weekend. Like I got there on a Wednesday, and they didn't leave till that Monday. So that whole time we was there, like 5 days or whatever. The car was fine. Like I'm driving. I didn't drive every single day, but like the days I did drive it was fine. The air was going fine. Everything was good. So, but like I still checked the oil and stuff just to make sure, you know, like the man did what he needed to do. You feel me? So everything was fine. Like every time I checked, I'm like, yeah, everything good. I don't gotta put nothing in here. So Monday comes, August 1st, and it's time to go to school. Now, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, not think about it. That morning I woke up like my morning did not even start right. So it was like that was kind of like the indication that that day was not going to be the best day. So morning didn't start. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. That's another story for another day. So me and my girlfriend, we got ready. Like my car was already all packed. Both of my cars were already packed up for the weekend. We just gonna leave and come to school. Was where we was at. It was about an hour and a half from here, but like, you know, it take me like almost 4 hours to get to school from my house. So like an hour and a half drive is smooth for me. Like that's nothing. So get in the car. She needed to go get gas. She got food, and she had to like make sure her tires was filled like before we got on the road. So everything's smooth. And then like right before we was about to get, like when we was at the last stop, I think the last stop was gas maybe, my air started acting up. Now I don't have the best air in my car, but like it's enough. Like it don't blow out real cold, but like it's cool enough for me. Like I'd be chilling. Like if the vent be pointing right at me, so it's like I'd be cool. So like I realized that it wasn't as cold as it normally is. I'm like, what's going on? But I'm like, maybe it's because like I'm not moving right now. So I'm like, okay, so like maybe when we get on the highway, everything will be good. You feel me? I'm not thinking much of it, but at the same time, but honestly, the air don't really be a big deal for me because I like to ride with the windows down sometimes, just because, like, you know, I like to feel the hair. I mean, the air, the wind. I like to feel the wind in my hair. Golly, I can't talk. I like to feel the wind in my hair sometimes. Like, I ride with the windows down, blasting music. You feel me? Hair just blowing. I like that. But like this particular day, my girlfriend's cat was in the car with me, and you feel me? I was trying to be a nice person and had the air on for the cat. Like the cat was in a crate, but like, so like I was trying to make sure the air was on, she was cool, whatever. But like the air wasn't working. The cat started panting too. I'm like, oh man, like I gotta do something about this. But like I'm thinking like when we get on the road, it'll be alright. Like once we start getting on the highway. So like right before we got on the highway, like my girlfriend ended up calling me, and she's like, "Oh, you gonna follow me?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead. Like I'm gonna follow you, whatever." And literally as soon as we merged on the highway, now mind you, we still on the phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, what in the world? I didn't say those exact words. I was cussing, but I'm not gonna cuss on here. And she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, a bunch of lights just came on my dashboard. And she's like, okay, like let's pull over. And I'm like, wait, like nah, don't pull over, keep going. Like literally this is when we first merged onto the highway. So I'm like, nah, don't pull over, like it's good. Like I think I'm good, because like I'm watching the lights and like they they would like stay on for a second and then go off for a second. I'm like, this can't be right. Like, I just got my car back like a week ago, and the man told me he ain't seen nothing else wrong. Like, could something really have gone wrong in a week? Like, I'm like, cause like everything seemed fine before. I'm like, what the freak? Like, what's going on? And she keep telling me like, let's pull over, let's pull over. I'm like, no, keep going. Like, everything fine. I think this is like, I'm in denial. I'm like, this gotta be a glitch or something, because like it kept like flashing on and off. And I'm like, what are these lights? Like, I don't even know what these mean. So she ended up getting mad at me because I don't want to pull over, and she hung up the phone. Now, when she hung up the phone, my music ended up coming back on. I'm playing the music, and the air's still not blowing out as good as it was supposed to be. And the cat just paying, and I'm I don't even know. Like, I'm still in denial. I'm like, nah, ain't nothing wrong with my car, but I'm good. And like, you know, like, I'm driving, everything's normal. Like, I'm just driving. I don't feel nothing out of the ordinary. So I'm like, bro, like, this is glitch. Like, I'm so in denial. So as I'm driving, the music back playing, I'm singing along to the song and stuff, trying to just get my mind off of what's going on. And all of a sudden the radio started messing up, and I'm like, oh no, like, it's not a good sign. But as I'm even more in denial, because I'm like, I got a cord, and I'm thinking that my aux cord don't, it's like it got a shortage or something. I'm like, dude, I got a shortage. And I'm looking at the radio, and like, it's flashing. Like, I don't know if y'all know, like, I don't have one of those touchscreen radios. My car old. It's a 2010. So like, it's like you can see the screen, like you can see what the radio station is, or like if I'm using my aux cord, it say aux on it. So after it started doing that, I just tapped the dial in so the radio would just go off on its own, like just go off altogether. Still driving, and then all of a sudden it comes back on. Like, the radio come back on. I'm looking at the screen, it says welcome to Camry across the screen. I'm like, welcome to Camry? Like, that's what comes on when I first turn the car on. Welcome to Camry will come across the screen. So I'm like, that's when it just hit me, like, oh man, like, I gotta pull over. So I call my girlfriend back. I'm like, yeah, can we pull over? First of all, she answered the phone. She's like, what? And that's how I know she was mad at me. Cause she been wanting me to pull over. So I'm like, yeah, can we stop at the next gas station, or the next exit? I'm like, at the next exit, like, can we pull over? Cause like, we on the highway, like, full on the highway. Like, I wasn't trying to be on the side of the highway. Like, it was already like cars. It seemed like there was cars everywhere on the side of the highway. So I'm like, let's pull over the next exit. Pull over. We ended up pulling into this BP, and for some reason, I pulled up next to the pump. Really, because I thought it was just gonna be like, I'm gonna just turn the car off, and I'm gonna turn back on when maybe the lights wouldn't be on. So I turned the car off, and then I'm reaching in my glove box to find that little manual that tells you like what the lights mean or whatever, like your car manual. And then I'm looking through the book, and then my girlfriend, she come up to the car and she like, oh, did you try to turn back on yet? And I'm like, no, not yet. I'm trying to see what these lights mean, like, before I do it. And she's like, well, go ahead and crank it back up. I put the key in, turn it. That junk was making that clicking sound. I was like, what? Like, I was just stuck, because I'm like, ain't no way my battery dead. Like, my battery can't be dead. The battery light was one of the lights that came on. And I'm like, my battery can't be dead though, because I just got this battery a year ago. Not even a year ago. It ain't even been a full year. I got the battery right before Thanksgiving break last year, because right when it was time for me to go home, well, a day before it was time for me to go home, my battery was dead, like, in the car. So I had to get a new one. So it ain't even been a year yet. Like, so I'm like, bro, ain't no way my battery's dead. Like, it can't be. And when I'm in any inconvenience type of situation, I be crying. Like, I'm a crybaby. So I started crying. My girlfriend started telling me it's okay. I'm like, no, it's not okay. Like, how we supposed to be at school? We were supposed to be at school between, like, we could come to move in at 12, but the latest we could be here was 3 because we had to go do something to check in. It's already after 12. I'm like, we still got an hour to go. I'm like, yo, like, what? Like, we gotta get to school. Like, I'm crying, and she trying to tell me it's okay. Like, but I be crying. I'm a crybaby. Like, I'm a crier for real. Like, I be crying any type of inconvenience. I cry when I'm frustrated. I just be crying, and I honestly have no shame in it no more. I used to, but it's whatever. Like, just deal with it or you don't. So, I end up calling my mom. She told me to call my mom. I'm like, I'm crying. So I'm like, Mom, the car won't start. We at a gas station. She's like, what happened? I was like, I don't know. I'm driving on the highway and a bunch of lights came on. She asked me what the lights mean. I'm trying to tell her, and she's like my mom a whole 4 hours away. Like, she can't just come save me. And my girlfriend's car was packed with all her stuff. Wasn't no place for me to sit at. I'm like, how am I gonna get to school? Like, I can't just ride with her because her car's packed, just like my car's packed. So my mom was like, hold on, let me call you back. She wanna try to call somebody. Like, she was trying to like get her stuff together so she can come. But I'm like, you 4 hours away. Like, I can't sit at the gas station for 4 hours. Mind you, I'm at the pump. So the gas station clerk comes out the gas station, and she sees that I'm stuck, whatever. She's like, oh, you need to move that car. You can't be blocking the pump. First of all, this gas station we at, people was coming to it, but it was not crowded at all. Like, there was other empty pumps. Like, you bothering me. You see I'm crying, and you want to get on me about blocking the pump. When there's other empty pumps, like, I could see if it was a full gas station, people was behind me waiting. No. But this nice black man came up to me. He hooked up the little jumper cables, started the car, and then like he had to be somewhere, so like I could barely even say thank you. He was gone. But he was like, you know what, it might be your alternator or something. Your alternator might not be charging the battery while you're driving. So I'm like, I don't know, I don't speak car, so I'm like, I don't know what I mean. Like, what? I didn't even know the alternator did that. I heard of an alternator, but I didn't even know the alternator did that. So I'm like, okay, like he started the car. I started the car, but then like, I was just gonna start it and then move it out the way. But the car ended up cutting right back off, and the man had already been gone. So I'm like, dang, like, I'm stuck. And then I'm not going. This story really could go a much longer time, but this shit already at 17 minutes. So I'm trying to cut it a little bit shorter. So long story short, after sitting there for a minute, trying to figure out what to do, these really nice Mexican men, or Hispanic, as I should say, the proper word, they end up helping me push the car to the side away from the pump. Excuse me. They helped me push the car away from the pump. My girlfriend ended up calling AAA for me, and then AAA came. We ended up moving some of my girlfriend's stuff out of her car to my car, and my stuff out of my car to her car, so I could have clothes for a few days. Ended up getting the car towed to the Toyota dealership that's in Winston. And y'all, let me tell you how much they. First of all, if you could help it, don't get your car fixed at the dealership, cause they be taxing. First of all, the alternator, like if I had the receipt, my mom took the receipt. The alternator was $200. They charge like the total ended up coming out to be like $800 because of the labor. Why y'all charging me $600 for labor for a $200 part? It was the alternator. They ended up giving me a new alternator, and the car is fine now. I got it back. I ended up having it back 2 days later. Like, they work fast. Maybe that's why. Maybe you paying for their quickness, I guess. But if you can help it, like, get you a mechanic friend, because $800 for a $200 part, like, that was a lot. But anyway, yeah, like, I was very stressed out. It was so hot outside, y'all. Like, this summer is hot. So yeah, like, I was broke down. This really just a story of how I broke down on my way to school. That's the first time I ever been stranded. I mean, I wasn't stranded because my girlfriend was with me in her car, but like, yeah, this never happened to me, and I was just like so in denial. I was crying, just all over the place. But everything's good now. Got my car back. I've been having my car back for a couple days now. I also got a new windshield. My windshield was cracked. It's been cracked for years though, even before I had the car. Finally got a new windshield. That thing looked good. But yeah, I'm not gonna show y'all my car. I mean, some people know what my car look like, but I ain't gonna show y'all. I already told y'all what kind of car it is. I'm not gonna show y'all. But like, maybe because I need to do some more work on it. Like, I need to get a paint job. I might paint it in a new color, but you know, it costs more to paint your car a new color. But I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just in a story right here. So yeah, moral of the story is, if you got a car, if you think about getting a car, make sure you get your scheduled maintenance, your oil changes, your tire rotation, all that. Make sure you just get, you feel me, get your stuff together when you got a car, because it's gonna pay out in the end. Not saying that I didn't have my stuff together when it came to the car, because I had literally just got it looked at a week before I broke down, and I'm like, how did that happen in a week? I don't know. Unless that, like, that man, I'm like, did the man mess up something? I don't know. Like, how did he not know something from my, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to blame him for anything, because I don't know. I don't know anything about cars, bro. So yeah, like, make sure if you got a car, you get your scheduled maintenances and stuff, like. But anyway, that's the end of this story. Before y'all click out this video, I would have greatly appreciated if y'all would like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on social media at @TheWanays, at TheYWANTNAYE, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.